Juniper berries provide the essential ingredient to one of Scotland's biggest exports, gin. It's an industry worth £3 billion to the UK economy, but it's under threat. These bushes have been ravaged by a disease that's spreading across the country.
The pathogen is called Phytophthora ostracedrae. It infects the roots and then essentially it starves the tree of nutrients and water. So what you see are trees going bronze, and they can go bronze quite quickly within a matter of months, and then obviously once they've gone bronze then they will die.
The menace reached Britain 30 years ago and it's easily spread. It affects forests across the country.
We're hugely concerned about the invasion here in the Cairngorms because we have an outbreak here already, but juniper is a hugely important species, scrub species for wildlife, and it has huge implications for habitats in the national park.
Reminiscent of the foot and mouth disease of almost 20 years ago, there's something we can all do to stem this disease, not least to clean your boots before you go in and out of woodland. The same with the dog's paws and bicycle tyres. And it's places like this that are being affected. There are about 100 gin distilleries in Scotland. Last year alone, 25 new gin brands were launched. This distillery is lucky. It has the luxury of a local supply, but it's concerned what would happen if the disease took hold here.
There does have to be some real mindful behaviours around protecting what we've got and making sure that it regenerates, and that the biosecurity around it, so people aren't bringing in the infection on their muddy boots and machinery. I mean, it's a real, genuine threat, and I think if people do not pay attention to that and do transmit it, there will be no stopping it.
But with juniper stocks in decline and a massive increase in demand for gin, there's not enough to support the new market. So some distillers have to look abroad. Peter Dignan runs Lost Loch Spirits in Aboyne, which opted to import juniper from Italy.
When we looked at the figures, we realised, the juniper for our use, we couldn't sustain our basically production through Scottish juniper. In the long term, we would very much like to use Scottish juniper, but it has to be in a state where it doesn't have an impact on the environment.
There's no way to eradicate the disease. Experts say we can only try to ensure it isn't spread more widely. That's the only way we'll be able to protect the special ingredient for a vital Scottish industry. Iain Ramage, STV News.